Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Here in this video we are going to share with you our idea on how to use technology in language or literature classroom. This idea is created with the thought of having and creating creativity in the teaching that would lead to a fun and more interactive lesson. Yes, there's no doubt the usage of the current Web 2.0s are the in thing, but still we chose to use simple method that every teacher already have in their possession, we believe. So they would not have to worry of the internet connection or any of those webs and apps that need their time to explore. Being said, let's meet our teaching collaborators. First and foremost, the text. Here we have the Students Edition, a collection of poems, short stories and drama intended for the lower secondary schools appointed by the Ministry of Education Malaysia. Secondly, we need a phone, a workable phone that will act as our video recorder. Next, varying colors of highlighters and pens, sheets of papers, and of course, last but not least, our seafood, teacher's seafood, or so to say, teacher's companion. The dictionary is, if by any chance you need to show your students the meaning, definition, or how to pronounce correctly. Our learning square, where the center would be the place for the intended text, and the sheets covering the whole area shall act as the canvas, giving the privilege to the teachers to write down notes, examples, with explanations, and of course pictures if he wanted to do. So for this demonstration we are going to use a poem written by Valerie Bloom entitled The River. Let's just say we wanted to touch on personification of these poems. So it is advisable as a first step to give explanation, definition, an example for the students before you could ask your student to come to the front and respond to where you have left. How to make things more interesting on personification? Actually, we could use the sheets and multiple color pens and highlighter to create our props. These are few examples that we have done earlier. This is the sheets and the color pencils of the highlighter, and here are the examples. Personification. What is personifications? So you might be asking why we should do this. So based on our study on students' learning behavior, one learn much faster when there is something that gives interest to them. For example, something that animate, multiple in colors, or that come to their liking. So it is worth to try these visual aids to capture their interest in learning. Back to our personification. What is personification actually? Personification is to give human characteristics or traits to a non-living or inanimate thing. For example, writing, running, sleeping, drinking, eating, and driving. Want to have more? Why don't we ask students to draw images to symbolize the personification that they come across upon from the text? This can be done after you give the definitions and of course the examples. Here are some of the drawing that we have done earlier as a mean of the students have drawn on the whiteboard. Here as the wanderer, the river's a wanderer. First stanza, the river's a nomad, the river's a tramp. These three can be found on the first stanza: the reversed wanderer, nomad, and the tramp, and last but not least, the reverse a monster. It is recommended to use set of colors, as it could help you and the students to classify and arrange the process of learning in a fun and a wonderful literature art. Then what should be done after we have done with the lesson, you ask? Well, why don't you take a snap of those colorful canvas done by your students and showcase it on the class or even the bulletin board? I'm sure that they would make them proud and have the sense of appreciation, as what they have been doing in class is shared throughout the class, throughout the school at large. So we could call this as a positive reinforcement, if you agree with me. So we dare not to say this, but the next time of literature class, they are the one who will be eagerly to learn as compared to us eagerly to teach. I'm just kidding. Well, in everything in our life there will always be the drawback. Same goes to this method. So here we have identified the drawbacks and the positive one by using this method. The good thing that we have found that as teacher can move around aiding students while the video is playing, and then it is easy to set up. The tools and the teaching aids are affordable, and it is fun and colorful, so to say. And then what about the negative part of it? Well, negative, it is sometimes students might be overexcited with what they are doing, so they might not listen to what you are going to give the instruction. What I mean, it needs to have whiteboard as the canvas, so that you will not end up having murals all over the classroom. And last but not least, and the most importantly, is the projector to project the video. How can you project something if you don't have the projector, right? So in short, all in all, the definition of technology is rather wide and broad. One needs to be resourceful and brave to take consequences of each explored technology, especially for teaching. The key point here is to experiment and make use of what you have and not worry of those things that you don't have. They may be pretty, but that does not mean they are useful. And don't afraid to collaborate with others. That's the key words, collaborate. So that's all for us. See you again next time. Assalamualaikum.